Hello everyone and welcome you all to another chapter of the t-shirt design in Illustrator tutorial. So now we are on our chapter number 8 and here I'll be showing you guys how you can actually make a summer t-shirt design. Okay, I'll be showing you guys that how to do that. Okay, and also I'll also be telling you how you can actually work with different icons, how you can play around with those, how you can make different designs, okay, how you can use different color palettes. Okay, we'll be learning about all of that here in this particular class. So let's not waste time and let's get started on designing summer t-shirt in Illustrator. So here, as you guys can see, I am here in the home page of the Adobe Illustrator. And from here, now I will go to the new file. And from here, I will just change the name to Summer T-shirt Design. Okay, so I'll just name this one as Summer T-shirt Design. And here, as you guys can see, the width is fine, the height is okay. I got a bleed of 10 pixels, CMYK color mode, everything else is fine. And I'm good to go. And I'll click on create over here. Okay, so here in last class, I have used this library. So again, I'll just come here to the properties panel first. And what I'll do is now I will come here and I will try to place up and brush, okay, which I have downloaded. Okay, so here as you guys can see, I do have a lot of thing over here. Okay, so from which I can choose. So if I just click on place here, you can see I can just place this thing up somewhere over here. Okay, so as you guys can see, I do have this icon over here. And what I can do is I can come here in the mask option. And from the mask, I can just choose a different style. Okay, so here you guys can see if you want kind of all of this, you guys can actually use. Okay, I won't take any for now. If you want to give this thing a rotation, you guys will be able to give this thing a rotation here as well. Okay, so here if you just want to align it to the artboard, you guys can align it to the artboard from here. So now here I will come to this option. Okay, I just want to image trace this image. Okay, so here you guys can see I do have this tracing option over here. Okay, and here you guys can see a warning page. Okay, tracing may proceed slowly with this large image. Would you like to continue? Okay, so this is one way of how you can trace our image. Otherwise, what you can do is you can come here in the Windows, and from Windows you can guys come to the image trace option. So here, as you guys can see, I do have this thing, and by default, here I will choose a preset. Okay, so now I will just choose the sketched art and I'll just click on OK. Over here, you guys can see now I have change this thing. If I want to change the threshold, I can actually change the threshold. Here you guys can see I will just give this thing a sketched art. Okay, now if I just want to increase the size, I can actually increase the size right down from here. And what I can do is if I just want to give this thing a rotation, I will be able to give this thing a rotation here as well. So I'll just keep this somewhere right over here. And what you can do is I can just come here and now I can just create a duplicate of this thing. Okay, so here as you guys can see, I do have created a lot of this. So what I'm going to do is I'll just going to separate this around, or I'll just kind of keep these things quite like this. Okay, so here I will just put this thing here in the center. Okay, I will just try to put this thing up and I will just keep this thing quite like this. Okay, so I can use this type of setting, or I can just go back altogether. Okay, so if I just come here, if I just select all these layers, okay, I can just delete all of this. And again, I'll go to the same way, go to the place option, and from the place option, select this and click on paste. Come here, make a box over here, go to image tracing and cancel this one, go to image trace from here. Okay, so I'll come here, image tracing, and by default, I'll just choose sketched art, and I will just click on OK from here, and it might take some time after that. But as you guys can see, now I am just able to expand the size. Okay, so I'll just click on expand from here. Okay, otherwise I'll go back. Okay, so I'll just go back from here and now I'll just click on expand. Okay, and if I want to give this thing a rotation, I can just give this thing a rotation down from here. If I want to increase the size of this thing, I will increase the size from this end. And here I will just click on Alt and I'll just duplicate this layer. Okay, as you guys can see, I am kind of duplicating the layer over here. Okay, and I'll just keep this thing somewhere out here as well. Okay, so as you guys can see, I do have this one, and what I can do is I can select all these four, and if I want to choose up a different color, I can basically try some different colors from here. Okay, so here as you guys can see, if I just come back here, I have changed the it to kind of uh dark over here. Okay, so if I just wanna give this thing kind of this ash colors, I can give this thing some ash color here as well. Okay, so I will just come over here, I'll click on OK, and here you can see I can actually change this level. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I will come somewhere over here. Okay, and I'll select this one, and maybe I'll just take this and I'll just click on OK. So right now what I'll do is I'll just take another graphics. Okay, so all these things are already grouped together. Okay, as you guys can see. And the else thing I'll be doing here in this particular part. Okay, so for that, what I need to do is I need to come here in the file option. Now I'll just go to place, and from place, I will go to my resource file. And from my resource file, what I can do is I can just take these things, okay, whatever I want. Okay, so I have downloaded a few of the images. Okay, so I'll just create this icon somewhere over here. Okay, so I'll just place this icon on top somewhere here. And now I'll just put other icons as well. So I'll just go to place, and from place, I do have this image. Okay, so I will just go back. So let me check what all images do I have here. So for that, I will come in the Illustrator resource file. And here you guys can see I do have this summer levels. Okay, if I want to put all that, I can put all of that. But what I want to choose is basically I want to choose some icons. Okay, so from here, these are some basic icons which you want to use. Otherwise, I have also downloaded few of the other ones. And we can also directly go here. Okay, this is the Flaticon website. Okay, so from this Flaticon, we can actually download. Okay, and other website which is called the Free Pick. Okay, so you guys can come here in the free pick and you guys can download all these assets to use in your graphic design. Okay, so these are basically free. Okay, you guys can actually log in, and if you want to buy this thing up, okay, you will get a lot of things. So if you're heavy graphic designer, in that case, I believe that this is quite helpful for you. Okay, so for 12 months is just €9 each month. Okay, so at the end of the year, it's around €108 for 12 months. Okay, so this is all it. Like, you guys can actually get a lot of premium products down here if you guys can join this. And here also, this in this Flaticon, you guys can come here if you are working. So this one is kind of less, which is 7.5 euros each month, which comes like 89.99 euros in 12 months. So this is quite a great deal if you're working with graphics for a longer time, or you are a full-time graphic designer. In that case, you guys can basically work with those. Okay, so here as you can see, I do have this one, And now if I want to crop this image up, I can just basically crop this thing down. Okay, so I'll just keep this image tracing option somewhere here. Okay, so I will just come here. If I want to put this over here, I can put that, and I will just select this one. If I want to put this thing over here, I can put all of that. Okay, so here, as you guys can see, I do have all of this, and let me just get a view of large icons as I will be able to see properly. Okay, so here, as you guys can see, I do have a lot of fonts, and here in my downloads, I do have all these things. Okay, it was saved in downloads. So again, I'll come over here, go to place, and from place, what I'm going to do is I will just select these icons from my download. So I'll just come here in the download. First thing first, I will put this palm tree over somewhere here, and I'll just create this palm tree down somewhere over here. Okay, I will just try to put this thing here somewhere down. Okay, so I'll just try to put this thing somewhere over here, and I'll just move this thing kind of here on top, and I can also add a lot of things here as well. Okay, so I want to put a lot of things here as well. So maybe I'll just put a person right over here. Okay, so I will just come here to my place option. Otherwise, there is another option how you can actually work is you can just come here. Suppose you do have this file over here. I'll just minimize this one. Okay, so I'll just minimize this thing. Okay, I will just decrease the size of this things. Okay, so from down here as well. And what I can do is I can just keep this thing in one side. And from downloads, what I can do is I can just drag and drop. Okay, so I can just drag and drop this thing over here. And now with shift, if you want to decrease the size, you can always decrease the size down from here. Okay, I will just keep this thing somewhere over here, and I'll just align the lining. Okay, I will maintain the lining over here. And what I can do is I can just keep my image somewhere over here. So this is how it actually looks. And now if you want to add something more, okay, again, select this file over here, and whatever you need, you guys can actually put this thing up from here. So what I can do is I can just copy this thing up, and I will just decrease the size using the shift. And what I can do is I can just take this image in front. Okay, so come here in the arrange option, and from arrange option, just click on bring to front. Okay, so again, I'll just click on bring to front, and now I do have this image here in the front of both of this. Okay, so again, you guys need to keep on doing this one. Otherwise, I'll come here again and I'll just bring this one here in front. So here, as you guys can see, I have just aligned this thing over here. Okay, now if I want to actually trace the image, I can actually trace the image down from here as well. If I want to use some more colors, okay, if I want to do anything, okay, in the properties panel, I can come here and I can just if I want to edit in Photoshop, I can also edit this thing in Photoshop as well. Okay, so here if I want to transform this, if I want to change the shear a little bit, okay, I can actually do this thing. Okay, so from here, if I just go 0, okay, so I'll come here again. Okay, and if I just want to bend this kind of 10%, kind of 60%, so this is how it's going to basically look. So I'll just keep this thing here in one side. So now this quite looks good. And what I'm going to do is I am going to put up some text over here. Okay, so I'll just select my text tool from here. And now what I can do is I can choose the type of text which I want to use. Okay, so I do have a few of this. If I want to filter it down, I have showed you how you can filter these things out. Okay, so I will just select this one. And now here you guys can see I do have different font style. So I'll just select this font, and what I'm going to do is I will write, I'll just write summer. Okay, so I'll just write summer, and I'll come down over here And again, I'll just click here and I will try to write something else. Okay, so I will just write here is Nia. Okay, so I do have this thing, and what I can do now is I can just increase the size of this thing. If I want to give this thing a rotation, I can just give this thing a rotation somewhere around here. Okay, I can use up a different color. Okay, so for that, I just need to come to the fill, and from my fill I can just basically select a color. Okay, and now I will come here, and what I can also do is I can just increase the size. Okay, so I can just increase the size proportionally as well. If I just click on shift, and here I can just increase the size, and I can just put this here, and now I will just change the color. So I can just come here in my libraries again, and I'll see which theme looks good. Okay, so I will just come here, and I can see this color kind of looks good. Okay, so I will just select this color, or let's see which one looks better. Maybe something in dark will be better. So I'll just select this one, and now here I can just ungroup all this stuff. And what I can do is I can just select different colors from here. So I'll just select this one. I'll select this color, and once I'll come here, and now I'll select this color over here, and I'll select this one, and I'll just select a yellow color. So in that case, I will come here, and I will just give this thing a dark color here as well. And what I can do is I can just position it properly. Okay, so I just want to position it quite properly. If I want to give this thing a red color, okay, somewhat kind of pink, I can give this pink color over here. So this is my t-shirt design. Okay, and if I want to change any color to these things, I can just actually go to this embed option, image tracing. Okay, so here I can just trace this image up. Okay, so here I can just click on this one, and now if I come here, you guys can see I can just work on with this one over here. So I'll just go back again. Okay, so I can just go back over here, and here you guys can see now I don't have the background of these things. Okay, so now if I just want to disappear the background from this image as well, so for that I will just go to the image trace option, and here you guys can see I do have the image over here, and anything else if you want to change, you guys can change from here as well. Okay, now if you want to create any new boxes for your text or anything as such, you guys can do that. If you want to create any flowers, I have showed you how you can do that here as well. So here now I will come and select all of this, and I'll just group this thing up. Okay, so as this one is a vector, I can just decrease the size of this thing proportionally. And now I'll just get ready for the mockup. So I'll just get a t-shirt from here. Okay, I do have my resource file down right here. If I want to get a list view, or if I want to get large icons, I'll click over here. And here, as you guys can see, I do have a white t-shirt. So I'll just import this thing up, and I will just increase the size. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll just put this thing up, and right click, click on arrange, bring to front. Okay, so I have just bought this thing here in the front. Again, click here and just get this thing right inside of the t-shirt. So your t-shirt is kind of going to look like this. So if you wanna see properly, this is how it's going to look. So if you guys have understood this whole tutorial, and now you guys can make your own t-shirt design according to yourself, according to different themes and icons. And I have also told you from where you guys can get the resource file. If you want to invest some money, you guys can also do in few of these websites, which is not a bad deal. I hope you guys will enjoy the graphics. They do provide the photos and a lot of things here as well. So hope you guys have understood, and keep on practicing, guys. Take care and goodbye, everyone.